Hello everyone, this is Amritpal Singh. Welcome to the next video. Guys, in this video, I'll be talking about how we can implement the SVM in RStudio. In my previous video, I have talked about its introduction. So let's get started. So in this video, I'll be using the same dataset which I've used earlier in my previous video, which is social network ads. So first of all, let's load the libraries which are required for this practical. I'll be using two libraries. So in case if you haven't installed these two packages, please install. First is CA tools. Other one is library function, which is E1071. These are both are used for this practical. In case if you don't have, install these packages. Let's load the dataset. So I'll be loading dataset into dataset variable with a read.csv function, and I'll have to give the file, the complete part to my dataset. It is social network ads, okay, .csv. And we have to give header equal to true. So this is the dataset we got. Let's see what it read. You can see the same dataset that we used in previous video. In case if you haven't watched the previous videos, I'll be putting up the link. You can watch that. So in which this dataset we got 5 columns based upon the user ID, gender, age, estimated salary. We're gonna predict the whether person will purchase any product on social media or not. But for our practical, I'll be only be considering age and estimated salary as independent variables and purchase as dependent variable. So we have to get rid of first two. So how we can do that? We know we have to do the subsetting. So dataset equal to dataset, and we have to just use the index numbers from 3 to 5. Okay, it is done. Let's see. So we got only 3 columns which are important for this practical. All right, age, estimated salary, and purchased. So first of all, after we doing this, let's encode the target feature as factor. So dataset dollar purchased equal to, we have to convert into factor. Okay, dataset dollar purchased, we have to give the levels. So levels equal to C 0, 1, because these are the two levels available in this dataset. It's done. Now let's split the dataset into training set and testing set. First of all, let's set the seed value. Okay, afterwards, now let's split the data. Split equal to sample dot split, the same syntax that we used earlier. Dataset dollar purchased. Okay, now we have to give here split ratio. Split ratio, I'll be dividing the data into training and testing set by 75%. Means 75% will go into training and remaining 25% will go into testing. So afterwards, after we done that, let's divide into training and testing. So training set equivalent to we have to give if you use subset function, then we have to use the dataset, and we have to give here comma split equivalent to true. Okay, done. In the same way we can do for testing set as well. Testing set equivalent to subset, then dataset comma split equivalent to false. Okay, done. We can check out what we got in training and testing set. Training set we got this much of data. All right, and in a testing set we can also check. Testing set we got this much of data. All right, so whatever data we were having, of the 400 rows, 300 went to the training and 100 go to the testing. Afterwards, let's do the feature scaling as well, because we got two independent variables, age and salary. The salary is have a bigger value than age, so I don't want that my algorithm will treat the salary as of a more priority. So let's do the scaling. For training underscore set, we don't have to include the target variable, which is dependent variable. That's why we're using -3 equivalent to, we have to use simple scale function. Okay, and here we can just pass the training set, and then we have to give the -3, meaning is I don't want to include the third column, which is the dependent variable. And the same thing we have to do for testing set as well. Testing set, then -3, okay, then equivalent to scale function and testing set and -3. Done. It is done. Afterwards, let's build up the classifier. Okay, so we'll be using now SVM classifier we can use any variable name here. SVM classifier equal to, you have to use the formula SVM. The formula consists of, we have a function in which we have 4 arguments available. First of all, we have to use the formula equivalent to, it will be dependent variable, then tilde sign independent variable. So formula equivalent to dependent variable is purchased and tilde sign, and then we have to give the independent variables. So either we can specify all independent variables, or we can use shortcut method, which is dot, then comma, then we have to use data. Data will be, of course, it will be training set, and then third parameter, it will be type. We have to use the type equivalent to C classification, all right, and last we have to use kernel, it will be equivalent to, it is linear. Done. Okay, for this function either you can use R help, or you can also went to this documentation. You can see the documentation guide in which they have given everything, all the possible arguments. In the case of this SVM function, we have used formula, we use data, we use type, and we have used kernel. Okay, there are multiple other options available, you can just explore of your own, right? So but we have used for today's video of this, that we have to use type equal to C classification and kernel equal to linear. So we have almost done. Now let's try to predict the test set results. Okay, so let's try to predict. So I'm going to define one variable here, prediction equivalent to, we're going to use predict function. In the predict function, we have to use classifier, which is SVM classifier that we made in a previous step, SVM classifier, and then we can use new data and equivalent to, this is a parameter, we have to use testing set, and just negate the 3, means you don't have to use the third column. All right, that's it, done. Now let's see what's the result we got in the prediction. This is the results we got. Okay, this is the we got this much of data, this vector we got, and we can also check with the testing set as well how it is behaving with the testing set. This was the data in a testing set, and this is the data we got. You can see at 2, 4, 5, 9 we got all zeros, we got 1 at 12, here we got 1, this 12 is showing 0. It means there some of the values are misclassified, some of the values are properly classified, right? We can check out with the help of confusion matrix. Let's build up the confusion matrix. Confusion matrix equivalent to table function, and then we can pass testing set. Here we can specify the third column, and then we can use the prediction that we did in a previous step. Okay, let's see the answer at last. This is the answer we got. It means total 20 got misclassified and 80 got classified. This is we got. It means it's not that good answer, because out of 100 we got 80 properly classified, 20 misclassified, right? So I hope you must have understood from today's video that how we can implement SVM function or SVM classifier in our RStudio. In case if you have any question for me, you can just comment on this video. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next video.